For Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie, the nightmare just became a reality. On what should have been a historic celebration for the late Queen Elizabeth's 100th birthday, the sisters have been met with a cold, public snub that has left them in total despair. But this isn't just about a missed party. While the palace systematically scrubs the York name from history, their mother is reportedly hiding away in a luxury Alpine retreat, preparing to pull a $2 million trigger that could destroy what's left of their reputations forever. The doors are locking, the money is moving, and the sisters are trapped in the middle of a complete and utter disregard they never saw coming. Does this mark the final end of the York bloodline, or is the most shocking revelation still hidden in the shadows? If you want to stay ahead of the royal curve and never miss a deep dive like this, do me a quick favor, tap that subscribe button and join our channel. Now let's get into the details. The guest list for the late Queen Elizabeth's 100th birthday celebration has been finalized, and two names are conspicuously missing. In a move that has sent shockwaves through the royal inner circle, Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie have been officially barred from the centenary festivities. This isn't a simple scheduling conflict or a polite regrets sent via mail. Insiders say this is a calculated public erasure of the York sisters from the legacy of the woman they called Granny. For years, they were the late monarch's favorites, often seen whispering in her ear at horse trials or sharing private smiles on the balcony. But those days are gone. Reports suggest that the decision to exclude them was absolute, finalized by a palace that is increasingly focused on a slimmed-down future. The sisters were reportedly left in total despair, blindsided by the news that they wouldn't just be absent from the public eye. They were being treated as though they didn't exist at all. But why now? Rumors indicate that the Norfolk fallout was just the beginning. The sisters have allegedly been told that their presence would be a distraction, a polite way of saying their brand is now considered toxic. While other members of the family prepare to toast to a century of service, Beatrice and Eugenie are reportedly facing a reality where they are no longer welcome inside the gates they once called home. The cruelty of the timing is what stings the most. It is claimed that Beatrice has taken the news the hardest, feeling as though she is being punished for sins that are not her own. She was once the rising star of the family, but now the shadows are closing in. Every door that once swung open is now being bolted shut from the inside. And yet, as the sisters scramble to salvage what's left of their public lives, a new threat is emerging from the snowy peaks of Austria. While London remains cold and unwelcoming, their mother is living a life of extreme luxury that she shouldn't be able to afford. The question isn't just about why she's there, it's about who is actually paying the bill for her silence. While the palace prepares to celebrate a century of royal history, one figure is conspicuously absent, hiding behind the frosted glass of an elite Alpine retreat. It is claimed that Sarah is currently staying at a luxury wellness spa near Salzburg, Austria, where the nightly rate allegedly reaches a staggering £2,000. For a woman who has spent years publicly battling financial ruin, the math simply doesn't add up. Insiders are now asking the question that could shatter the York family's remaining credibility. Who is actually funding this £14,000 a week escape? The level of luxury is reportedly breathtaking. Sources suggest she has access to private chefs, personal hairstylists, and a suite of high-end treatments designed to keep her far from the reach of the prying public. But the peace of the mountains is allegedly a fragile mask. Rumors indicate she is desperately phoning wealthy associates, leaning on the generosity of a dwindling circle of friends to maintain this facade of wealth. Some believe she is surfing a wave of borrowed credit that is about to come crashing down. But there's a darker theory circulating in royal circles. Reports suggest that this sudden surge in spending might not be a gift at all, but a down payment on her silence, or perhaps her speech. It is believed that certain international figures are terrified of what Sarah might reveal if she finally decides to sell her story. Every massage and every room service bill allegedly serves as a reminder of the high stakes involved. If the money dries up, the secrets might just start pouring out. The contrast couldn't be more jarring. While she is pampered in the Alps, her daughters are reportedly inconsolable back in London, facing the fallout of their family's choices. The mystery of the funding has allegedly put Beatrice and Eugenie in an impossible position, forced to defend a lifestyle they can't explain. According to sources, they are terrified that the mystery benefactor will eventually demand a price they aren't prepared to pay. and that price might have already been set. As the bills pile up in Austria, a massive $2 million offer has reportedly landed on the table. A nuclear interview deal that promises to clear her name while burning everything else to the ground. The choice she makes in the next few days won't just decide her financial future, it will determine whether her daughters ever set foot in a royal palace again. The silence in the Alps is about to be broken by a figure that could reach millions. Reports suggest that Sarah is currently weighing a massive $1.75 million offer from a major US streaming giant for a tell-all documentary series. This isn't just a simple sit-down interview. It's being described as a nuclear exploration of her life behind palace walls. Sources say she feels angry and hurt by her recent treatment and is ready to finally give her version of events. But for her daughters back in London, this move feels less like a defense and more like a final betrayal. The motive behind the deal is allegedly rooted in cold, hard reality. While she stays in luxury, insiders claim she is actually strapped for cash and views this deal as her only way to clear her debts and her name. However, the cost of this lucrative paycheck might be the total destruction of Beatrice and Eugenie's social standing. It is believed that any interview would inevitably shine a fresh light on the family's past associations, the very topics the sisters have spent years trying to bury. Experts suggest that Beatrice and Eugenie are in a state of absolute despair over the news. They reportedly fear that their mother's desire to tell her side will reignite a media firestorm that will follow them for the rest of their lives. According to sources, they have begged her to maintain a low profile, but the lure of nearly $2 million is allegedly proving too strong to resist. These sisters are trapped, watching their mother walk a financial tightrope where one wrong word could end their royal careers forever. The tension is reaching a breaking point. Rumors indicate that Sarah is torn between her need for the money and the impact an expose would have on her children. But as the bills from the Austrian resort continue to pile up, many believe the decision has already been made. Insiders say she needs to tell her story, regardless of the fallout. It is claimed that she has already begun diligently organizing memorabilia and evidence to ensure her version of history is the one that sticks. If this interview goes live, the chasm between the Yorks and the rest of the royal family will likely become permanent. It is believed that further revelations would add fuel to the fire and leave King Charles and Prince William with no choice but to sever all ties. But as Sarah prepares to step into the spotlight, a new and even more dangerous shadow is falling over the family. The real reason for the sisters' exclusion from the centenary might not be what they say. It might be about what the authorities are about to find. The latest unsealed documents have reportedly landed like a lightning bolt in London, and this time the heat is directly on the sisters. It is claimed that a new wave of evidence from the early 2000s reveals a much deeper financial connection between the York family and their former associates than anyone ever admitted. While Beatrice and Eugenie have never been accused of any misconduct themselves, rumors indicate that certain strategic payments for travel and lifestyle expenses are now under the microscope. Insiders say this is the real reason for their sudden total exclusion from the royal stage. The strategy coming from the palace is allegedly one of total disconnection. Reports suggest that Prince William has personally advised other senior members of the family not to be photographed with the sisters for the remainder of the year. It's an unprecedented move, a digital and social wall being built around two women who were once at the heart of the monarchy. It is believed that the goal is to protect the crown from guilt by association, even if it means leaving his own cousins in the cold. But the pressure is reportedly mounting from the outside as well. Sources say that charities and high-profile organizations have already begun quietly letting the sisters go as patrons. It is claimed that Eugenie has already stepped down from one of her major anti-slavery patronages, a sign that the fallout is reaching their professional lives. According to sources, they feel overwhelmed and aghast, caught in a storm that was started by their parents but is now threatening to swallow them whole. The situation is reportedly being made even worse by the ongoing legal scrutiny surrounding their father. Following his brief arrest in February 2026, the heat on the entire York household has reached a boiling point. Rumors indicate that investigators are looking into confidential reports that may have been handled incorrectly years ago. While the sisters try to remain silent, The noise around them is becoming deafening. It is believed that every public appearance they make now serves only to remind the world of the scandals the palace is trying to forget. As the sisters face this absolute isolation, the clock is ticking on their mother's next move. If she pulls the trigger on that $2 million interview, it won't just be a story about her own life. It is claimed that her tell-all could provide the missing pieces the authorities have been looking for, pieces that could change the legal landscape for their father forever. The most shocking part, the evidence might already be sitting in that luxury Alpine suite, waiting for the highest bidder. It is claimed that the centenary snub was the final piece of a broader strategy to cleanse the monarchy's image, leaving the York sisters as the ultimate collateral damage. They are caught in a devastating pincer movement, isolated by a future king who prioritizes the crown's survival, and potentially betrayed by a mother whose upcoming interview could provide the final spark for an absolute social explosion. So, we have to ask, is this the end of the Yorks as we know them? Is the palace being too ruthless in its attempt to move forward, or is this the only way to save the monarchy from the weight of its own secrets? The next few months will likely reveal the truth. But for now, the silence from the palace speaks volumes. If you found this deep dive into the York family's crisis intriguing, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We're constantly uncovering the stories the mainstream media won't touch, and we'd love to have you with us as this royal drama continues to unfold. What do you think? Is the centenary snub a step too far? Or is the palace right to distance itself? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.